Hey everybody, how are we this evening over in the UK? Look who I'm sitting next to on this brand new stage of mine. Thank you very much, Nathan, for getting this set up for me. I have got the one, the only Brett McDaniel on the show. Hi, Brett.
Hi, how you doing today?
We're doing absolutely good over here in the UK, although we have now got our blankets on because it's now winter.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's
Do
fun.
you know what? I had this sudden thing today. I was watching the news and they basically turned around and said it's the first day of autumn today. And I'm thinking, September the 1st, really? And we've been lucky this year to have a lot of sunshine in the UK, so we can't complain. But I don't know about you, Brett, over there, but over in the UK, as soon as it hits winter, autumn, it's almost as though someone's got a knife and they just cut us down the middle. And it's like, the sunshine's gone now. That's all you're going to have. You're just going to have wet weather, darkness, coldness, and that's it for the next few months. You know,
Yeah,
it's like cut. So someone's got a magic button.
I kind of like where I'm living at now. Yeah, we got some sunshine today.
You got sunshine today. Well, can you
Yes,
send
sir.
some of it over here because I'm having to make my own with my light. You know, just to make sure that I keep nice and warm. You know, so that's
I'll
why
sure
I've got a
pray
bit of
for
an
you. I'll pray
orange
for you.
glow going on in the background.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the One Life with Sensational Sounds podcast. How are we all? We had a sad moment the last time that we were together because we had to say goodbye to those kids over in Uganda, over to the orphanage. But hi, guys, I know you'll probably still be watching the show. I hope you're all well. And please continue to support that orphanage, okay? Especially if you are a singer, because they may want to write a song or two for you, okay? Because that's what they're there for, and they are extremely talented. We've just been talking about that, me and Brett, about the kids of these days. So, what's been going on in One Life since we were last together? Well, actually, we have been behind the scenes making sure that we are looking after artists just like Brett. And also, we have been making sure that your great music goes on to our sister radio stations over with Caden Gordon, over with Muriel, over My Indie, and also at South Devon Radio. So, three great radio stations, all making sure that your music is played throughout the week and making sure that we're all listening to it. Okay. In
Wonderful.
relation to new artists, we have had several new artists who have joined One Life, and congratulations. And we welcome you onto the team, and we really look forward to listening to all of your music and also make sure that you get out there and play out loud and proud in the UK.
Thank you.
What else have we got on? Well, that's about it, really. We've had a very quiet week. I quite like quiet weeks. Brett, when you have a relaxing week, apart from being a superstar, what do when you
Well,
put the
I
music
probably
to
wish
one
I was a
side?
superstar, but yeah, I like to hang out with friends and family on occasions, do some barbecuing, uh, go out and look, just have fun, go out in the nature. A lot of that around here in West Virginia, it's in the nature for sure. So
It's
a
in the
lot of
nature.
good
It's a bit of
lakes, a lot
nature,
of
is it?
good rivers, a lot of good outdoor activities.
I like that. That's brilliant. And us musicians, we have to relax, okay? Because if we don't
Yeah,
relax, we go a bit dizzy in the studio, don't we?
yeah,
You know, we need to look after ourselves and have our own time, okay?
yeah.
So it's nice to hear that you have great time in West Virginia, and we're going to find out a little bit more about where you are, where you come from, and what the music's like around in West Virginia.
Thank you.
So, everybody, we need to start off the show with guess what? The Wheel of Names, because we haven't got a charity for September yet. But those artists who played for me last month, and there wasn't very many of them because I don't know about you, Brett, everybody was off to the award shows. And there was a lot of award shows this last couple of months.
Yes, it seems that way.
So there wasn't many people around, but we did manage to grab some people for the show. So let's put them forward. Let's find out who is going to be our highlight artist of the month and also give us those amazing charities. Okay. So I'm going to give it a spin. Let's see what happens. Okay. So for those artists who did grace us last, we had Mark Electronica, we had Roxy Gallagher, Standpoints, the band, and Debbie Holmes. Okay. So let's see. Oh, it's having a nice spin round. Oh, Roxy. There you go, Roxy Gallagher. So we will get hold of Roxy, let her know that she is going to be our highlight artist of the month, and she has the freedom to do whatever she wants with our program throughout the month of September, and we will support her and her great, great charity. Okay, so congratulations, Roxy, if you're listening. If not, I'll catch up after the show, and we will support you as much as we can. Okay, so well done, Roxy. That's that over and done with. I love these days. It's nice and quick. Okay, so I'm going to take that off of the stage now and come back to this young man over here. And we're going to start off with Brett. Can I start off as young Brett? So did young Brett have that
I ain't the young
magic
Brett I
cowboy hat
used to
on?
be, but anyway.
Tell me about young Brett. Was he
Young
always
Brett,
involved in
well,
music?
I was a musician in school. I played trumpet all the way through school. I was like number one and number two trumpet. When I got out of high school, my brother bought me a Gibson Les Paul, and the trumpet went in the closet. And I've been playing guitar and bass, guitar ever since. Um, Played music 20 years down in Florida, and then I've been playing almost 20 years up here in West Virginia.
Fantastic. Okay, so when young Brett, how old was young Brett when he first graced the stage in front of his fans and family? How old were
I
you?
started playing professionally when I was 25 years old, and at that point I'd already wrote my first album.
Oh wow! Literally just come out of you just like that. You just like wrote it at 25 years old and it come out.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Playing with some musicians, and I've always had writing ability, write poems and songs like that, and it's just always give me a melody and I can write you a song, pretty much. So
I
yeah,
like that.
that's where it started, pretty much.
Fantastic. So was young Brett was his first song, because I was looking at people's first songs when they start writing music, and it's normally a lady that they write that song for. So was Brett's first song about a lady, or was there a particular
Well,
theme that he wrote?
I'd have to say my first CD was definitely about ladies,
Yeah, I
and
see.
definitely about going out and having some good times.
I don't know what it is with us singers. The ladies must be putting a spell over us, because we never
Um,
write it about
they do know
ourselves.
how to
That
do.
first single or that first album's always about some pretty lady that you meet down the local.
Well, you, I mean, personally, yeah, the ladies mean a lot, but as far as songwriting go, almost everybody's got a sweetheart or a wife or something. One of my songs is "Picture Perfect Girl," and the other one I have is called "My Wife." So I'm trying to cover both bases here: your girlfriend and your
Well, she's a picture perfect girl and
wife.
your wife. So
Yeah,
you win.
yeah.
It's a win-win situation at the end of
It's
the
a
day.
win-win situation. You're right.
So
And those are two songs out of the 19 that you're probably getting.
fantastic. You've been going, Brett. And I can't believe this. You're saying 25. You started, so 65 years old. You've been going
Yeah,
for 40 years. You do
yeah.
not look 65, Brett. You really
Well, I
don't. You're
still
carrying it well,
appreciate
young
that.
man.
I guess the good music and playing music keeps you going. And stay busy, stay healthy, live long.
So, so does West Virginia look after all their singers like you? At the end of the day, if I was a
As
musician in
far as
West Virginia,
music
would it look
goes,
after me?
West Virginia is not a capital of music, that's for sure. It's kind of off the beaten path as far as people wanting to go anywhere with their music. Um, they play a lot of bluegrass here, a lot of country. Very few places play any rock or anything, but you know, I enjoy all types of music, and my background is from all my family's country, and we're from West Virginia, so I kind of am who I am. A mix.
Okay. So when you first started writing songs, was your go-to country, or did you have another style of music that you really liked?
I had wrote a couple country songs before I moved to Florida. When I lived in Florida, the atmosphere around Miami and Fort Lauderdale area was more of the rock. So I started writing blues and rock songs there for a while. Made two CDs down there. And when I came back home to West Virginia, I picked back up on the country stuff. And then I made two more CDs, two more albums of country music.
Fantastic. When you write music yourself, you saying about people giving you a melody and you just write a song relating to that melody.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere where you go which makes you want to write more? So for me, I love it when I go down to the beach. If you take me down to the beach, I will write you a book. There's just certain places that I walk out to and I really want to write because I'm so blessed with such beautiful scenery here. But for you in West Virginia, where's the best place to go and write a song?
Well, I guess, I've always been kind of like a weekend warrior. I work all week. And then in West Virginia, you either got the rivers, you got the lakes, you got some beautiful places. But, on the weekends, you kind of like to go out and kick your heels up or whatever. And I guess I would say a lot of songs I wrote was about going out to bars or the honky tonks or whatever and having a good time and meeting ladies, several of them.
And meeting ladies as well. There's a lot of meeting
that's
ladies going on, Brett. Is that still happening at 65? Come on. Do you still go out gigging? Do you still go out and, entertain?
I still play music and I still go out checking out the local talent and stuff like that. And then some songs are kind of like inspirational. I had a buddy of mine here in West Virginia. Boy, back in these hollers here, they like to make moonshine, like corn whiskey, homemade stuff. So he always liked his moonshine. Well, I went to bed one night and I had to get back up because I came up with this song when I was almost asleep called Moonshine Man. So
I tell you what, that's got to be the best song ever. With moonshine, we've had a few people talking about moonshine, and I've been lucky enough because of my family being connected to America to taste moonshine.
Now,
and
OMG,
if no one's had it, you've got to have moonshine. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch out. Myself, it's a little too strong for my blood.
I didn't mention that bit to my viewers. It is a strong drink, but it is a nice drink. It's one of those well-known drinks over in Virginia.
But I wrote a song about the moonshine man.
We all say that. By the end of the day, we are moonshine. Anyway, Brett, in relation to your music, you've got many great tracks. I'm going to bring you back to one of your older tracks before we put one of your newer ones.
Okay.
I'm going to play that song now because we're 12 minutes in and I'd like my listeners to listen to your music because I love your music. We've talked about your music and I do love your music. So tell us a bit about Be Your Man and how that inspiration come to you about writing that particular song.
Well, that's kind of written for kind of the young man that ain't got a girlfriend yet. And as I was talking about, he's done worked his butt off all week, and now he's wanting to cut loose and go have a good time at the local honky tonk. So, he goes to the local honky tonk and he's hanging out and he sees the girl. He kind of meets his eye, and he goes up to her and talks to her. And next thing they're just hitting it off, having a good time. And then one thing leads to another.
Fantastic. Well, I love this. So this is all these guys who are single and you're all going out and having a good time with the ladies. Okay. Be Your Man coming up right now. Okay.
Okay.
Was all so fun. Yeah, I was shut to driving and she was in the group. The next thing I know, took me by the hand. She said, "Hey there, baby, I got wanna be your man. You know I love them Texas women. They should look so fine. As soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna give me wine.
Absolutely awesome music there. Absolutely lovely production. Great track. I enjoyed that. I've been trying to look up who Roxy is, and I know who that person is now. It's the Parachute Testers, and they were on the show a couple of weeks. And the reason I got completely confused is because basically she booked a show with me, and then two different people turned up from the band. And I was like, okay. And you are? And it's, oh, hi, I'm Claire, I'm the lead singer, and I'm Dave, I'm the guitarist. I'm like, I'm completely confused now. I was expecting Roxy. So to the Parachute Testers, congratulations out there. If you are listening to tonight's show, yes, you are a highlight band of the month. Oh, I quite like having a band of the month. Okay, so we will get hold of you as soon as we can after the show, okay? So we were talking about going back to young Brett. Okay, let's bring you up to modern times, Brett. You know, tell me a little bit about how the last couple of years have been going. You know, what's been different in Brett's world?
Well, I've had some, you know, we've been playing around here for quite some time, where I live at, around here, to local places and everything, and some fairs and stuff like that. Not quite like what it's like the big time down in Florida or anything. But, and then I've had a couple members of my bands pass away, so I haven't been playing too much recently. So I'm every now and then.
I'm sorry about that. And, you know, we all have our really difficult times. And to all those musicians out there, you know, please remember yourselves when you are having a difficult time, and remember to have time with your family. You know, put your instruments down, especially when things happen.
Your band members, they get to be like family to you for sure.
They do. You know, you spend a lot of time with your band members. You know, has there been one particular band member that's always going to have a place in your heart that you're going to remember for the rest of your life? You know, we've all got band members who we played with, but there's always that one particular who will you never forget them, whether they wrote with you or played with you. Is there anyone particularly?
Yeah, one in particular, I guess. There's so many, but I got my buddy Chris Steers. I played with him down in Florida for 12, 15 years. He lives in Missouri now, and I'm back in West Virginia. We still stay in contact, but yeah, you know, we made 2 CDs together, and we were played constantly together for a good 12 years. Yeah.
Wow. It's nice memories. You know, you've had a long career of great memories. How about places where you've played? You know, what's been your favorite place where you've played?
Well, thank God I never played a place where they had to put up the chicken wire and tomatoes and eggs were being tossed. No places, but I would have to say, you know, there's been some really big places down in Florida I played at. There was a couple bars I played at down there that had 800, you could put 800,000 people in there, you know. Then I played a lot of big state fairs and some big things like that. I guess mostly stuff like that. You know, I've had a lot of fun. I have played like the Holiday Inns. I've played on the beaches. I've played biker bars. I have played at numerous different venues. Yes.
Brilliant. So is Is there been like a venue where you've connected with the crowd? What's been the best venue to connect with the crowd? We were talking about this at the weekend as sort of promoters who put singers out into the bars. And our
Yeah,
singers were saying that sometimes you don't connect with the crowd because it's so quiet or they're on their mobile phones or, whatever they're
well,
doing. But there are some crowds that you really do connect with and they sing your music, they dance to your music. Is there been one particular one which is like a special memory for you that you've done this and you thought, you know what, I love tonight?
I, as far as not one special place, I can't say one special place, but I can say I do love the bigger venues when you look out and there's like 2 or 3 thousand people out there, and you just get that adrenaline rush, and you start playing, and everybody's clapping and everybody's loving it. I just love that no matter where it's at.
There's nothing like it, especially singing
Yeah,
your music back to you.
yeah,
Was there
yeah,
been a particular track of yours that you like? If you think about Queen and Freddie Mercury, there's so many songs that he sang, and basically it would just have everybody like a pin drop. And when they
yeah,
sung back to him, you could see it in his eyes, almost
yeah.
crying because it felt so lovely having people sing his song.
Uh, uh,
Brett, how about yours? If you had got one particular
I
song that
only
you're
wish
about
it
to sing
was
back,
like yeah, I only wish there was like millions of people that knew my songs like that. I'm not quite
well,
Freddie Mercury, but I
two
do love,
thousand
there are
people,
some
two
places
thousand
that
people is a
like
lot,
that.
Brett.
Huh?
Brett, 2,000 people's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Yeah,
And if they're singing your songs and dancing to your songs, that's a good night out.
that's wonderful.
Especially if they're all on moonshine.
Yeah, well, fortunately they weren't.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you must have seen many changes over the last 40 years in the music industry from when you started, from thinking about when you originally started in the music industry, how different is it now,
I'd
especially
have
for
to
someone
say
like
that
yourself?
I'd have to say that, back in my early days, it was classic rock and country, and most of the rock has went really hard, and most of the country has got a little bit of rock in it now, especially like your outlaw country and everything. And so that kind of really fits me a lot because I got a little rock in me, I got the blues in me, and I got the country in me.
That's
And
what I
I was
like to
born
hear.
country. My whole family, all my cousins, relatives, they're all country for sure.
Fantastic. So did you come from a family background of music? Were your family musicians?
Some of them were. Some of them were really, really good too. Mostly country pickers. Uh, but I learned a lot from music, just from school. Learned how to play trumpet and all that. It was my beginnings, pretty much.
Ah, brilliant, fantastic. And what do your family think about you staying in your music career now? Tender young age of 65. Do they like the fact that you're still gigging, you're still singing?
Yeah, most everybody tells me keep going, boy. That's what they all keep telling me.
Do you know what? I love the fact that, any young singers out there and you enter those competitions with ISSA, World Singer Songwriters, this lot over here, they will never give up on their music. They will still try and battle for that top position at the end of the day. They
Yeah,
love their music so much.
most musicians, if they can keep going, they will. We love it. We love what we do. That's for
You do
sure.
love what you do, and that's what I like about it. How about sort of like the digital age of music? We're getting into an age that it's very weird at the moment in terms of the new AI charts and sort of people coming in from everywhere in relation to just bringing out music. I think we've got in the UK, and I don't know if you're aware of this at the moment, but number 2 in our UK charts is Katie Price. It's like, what is going on with the UK music industry? It seems to be coming from everywhere. People
Yeah.
just bringing out a song because it's so easy to bring out a song nowadays, apparently. So for yourself, Brett, is it been a hard transition to the new day and age of music?
Let's see. My thing is, I should have got started earlier trying to pursue that, but most of my life I had a family to take care of, and work was essential. I had to work all the time, and basically I was what you call a weekend warrior. I go out and play music, and like in Florida, I started out, moved down to Florida, and played at one bar. And then it was just a chain reaction. Everybody heard, said, "Hey, man, you hear them guys that playing up there?" I go to the next bar, and they'd already heard about me. So it was like nothing. I just played constantly from the very start that I played the very first bar. Almost every weekend, I play every Friday and Saturday night for years, almost.
Fantastic. So how about these days? Is it Fridays and Saturdays still, or do you take a bit of a break?
I've been taking a little break. Like I said, I've had some difficulty with band members and things, friends dying and stuff like that. So I slowed down quite a lot.
Do you know what? Don't ever say about slowing down, because at the end of the day, you'll be back out there with the boys,
Yeah,
and you will be picking up and having that fun. I'm
yeah,
sure it'll be back going. But we've all got to take a break sometimes. That's the main
yeah.
thing. So in relation to the reason why we're here, we are here for local and national charities worldwide. Brett, is there a particular charity that is dear to your heart?
I would say you charity you got going on is one of the best things I hear about.
Yeah, well,
What
we've
you
got
got
some
going
great
on?
we've got some great charities. I was trying to. Someone asked me this the other day, and they said, "Adrian, how many charities has One Life done in 2 years?" I'm thinking, well, it's been going 6 years now, and we must have done over 160 charities worldwide.
Wow.
From autism to the California wildfires.
Oh
We've
wow,
had a
that's incredible.
great selection.
Yeah,
But
that's incredible.
how about to yourself, Brett? Has there been any particular illnesses or anyone particular that has needed support in your family, and you've played a great stage to raise money? Because that's what us musicians do. At the end of the day, when something bad happens, we think, do you know what? We've got the magic of music to be able
Yes.
to raise money for a great fund. So Brett, you must have done loads of those over the 40-year period. Has there been any that you could tell us about?
Well, we've raised funds for some children's hospitals, and on occasions for people that's been in a bad situation and lost family members or lost their jobs or different things like that, more on a personal level. But we have, on occasions, raised funds for children's hospitals.
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And we love the children's hospices here at One Life. We have the Make the Wish Foundation, who is our Christmas charity every single year. And for those who want to know a bit more about Make the Wish Foundation, well, they're worldwide charity in relation to those children who are palliative end of life, but they are given a wish between them and their families to do some amazing things like meet the Rock, or go to Disneyland, or do some great things. So it is September now, and we are starting to think about that particular charity for Christmas and getting some ideas in. And we did have a lovely, and I'm going to mention this now because I believe that Debbie may be listening to the program. So Debbie Holmes has come up with a suggestion, and I'd like to put it out there to you artists, because we are talking about charity at the moment, is that Debbie would like to get a parcel being sent out to Uganda and sent out to the orphanage. And so thank you, Debbie, for doing that. And that sounds absolutely fantastic. And you've done that on your own back, and I appreciate that. But in relation to our, December, we are going to be starting to ask for your raffle prizes. So all those artists who come on the show, please send us over raffle prizes. We will basically only be asking for what you can give. If it's a CD, a T-shirt, we got lots of things last year, and we will raffle them off for our Make-A-Wish Foundation for our Christmas special. And this year we are going to be doing something special for Christmas. I'm not telling you what it is because it's going to be very special, but we're going to have a Christmas party like we did last year, but we're going to extend it a little bit. And there's a few surprises coming in the wings, and people to say Merry Christmas to all those people. I don't believe I'm talking about Christmas in September. But it just comes down too quick.
Yeah,
It comes out too quick. I don't know about you over in Virginia. Our stores have started to get the Christmas stuff out. Are they like that in America?
They already got Christmas movies playing on TV now.
It's crazy. It's like halfway through the year they have to have something to celebrate, don't they?
Yeah, I know it.
It's like I saw that on telly earlier. The Christmas channel, which is on Sky, has literally been put on, and I'm like, really,
24/7
really.
Christmas channel, 24/7.
How about you, Brett? Movies? Do you have a particular movie that you like?
As far as the Western, I like a movie called My Name is Nobody with Terrence Hill. That's one of the funniest Westerns you'll ever see in your life. But yeah, I love all kinds of movies. I watch movies all the time.
Do you? Okay, so apart from Westerns, where would you go to next if you weren't watching a good Western?
Well, John, you can't go wrong with John Wayne, that's for sure.
Can't, can you? No, you can't. The good old Western. I'll tell you what, I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this on the Academy this week. Those people who know, we do have an academy. We have One Life Academy where there are teachers out there from the music industry who will spend one-to-one time with you, like the lovely Debbie Kelly. P.S. Debbie, we're all hoping you get better. We all heard about what happened in Atlanta and tripping over your magic dress, or was that really what happened? You know, so Debbie, we hope that you're getting better. We know that Tamney's looking after you, and hopefully you return home soon. But you know, there's the likes of Debbie who will support, you know, in the academy. And we were talking over the weekend about sync licensing. For those who don't know about those opportunities, there's opportunities to be able not just to perform for your fans and your family. Your song could go towards a movie or a TV drama series. There's so many great opportunities out there in the music industry. So, Brett, if you were to choose one of your songs, what great Western would it go with?
That's an interesting question. I don't know. Maybe one where they got moonshine. We'll give them some moonshine, man.
Moonshine, yeah. I'm sure Clint Eastwood would have had a couple of moonshines in his films. You know, I'm sure he would have been partial to one.
They did like hanging out that saloon awful lot, didn't they?
They did. We've got many singers in ISSA. If you look at Hunter, who has been in great Westerns as a young actor, you know. So there's some talented people around in the ISSA group. They're not just singers, you know. They have many different backgrounds, many different job roles, you know, and singing is just part of their life. So, Brett, tell the audience about what Brett's life is outside of being a singer. You know, what sort of work did you used to do when you were younger? And, you know, what sort of other things apart from music?
Yeah, I'm still a master electrician, and I'm still doing electrical work.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So a bit of a Sparky then, yeah?
But I do all kinds of things. I can work on cars. I can do a lot of different construction activities.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, if you need your car fixed, everyone, Brett's your man, okay? And he's got some other talents there that I'm sure can be used as well outside of the music industry. So if he's never got his guitar in his hand, he's got his spanner ready to fix your car. Okay.
I can wire up any building, any establishment. I'm a master electrician.
There you go, with the electrician as well. So if the electric goes out, I'll tell you what, my missus could need your help when she goes back to Johannesburg, because they basically don't have any electric. They basically half the day no electric, and they have to have generators. So
That's
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Right, okay, we're going to play your second song. Tell us about Backward Mama. Absolutely great track. Tell everybody about it.
Thank you. Well, it's a here in West Virginia, there are a lot of country people, including those that are country girls. And these country girls, they don't like the country boys outdo them sometimes. So you'll find a country girl like to throw horseshoes, like to ride four-wheelers, like to ride horses, and she likes to compete against the boys. So this one's called Backwoods Mama, and it's about one of those girls.
Fantastic. Love it. Okay. Backwoods Mama, everyone. Hope you enjoy it just as much as I do.
She was a backwoods mama, straight shooting tomboy, down to ride a horse all day. Horseshoe throwing, always knowing, that's what the boys all say. She don't care care what anybody thinks. Does just what she wants. She just happy about her living, that's all. She getting stronger. I got a blue Civic, got a four-wheeler. I ride them all the time. We go out on those trails almost every night. She don't care what anybody thinks, does just what she wants. She just happy about her living, that's all. When I go out with her and she looks so fine. When I'm not with my baby, she's always on my mind. She's getting stronger. She's getting stronger. She don't care about the fancy dresses and jeans just suit her fine. She wears them jeans like they're painted on her. Best blood you ever find. She don't care what anybody thinks, does just what she wants. She just happy about her living, that's all. She's getting stronger. That girl's stronger. She's getting stronger.
I had one of those surprising sort of like fade me out things going on at the end.
Yeah,
It caught me
a
completely.
little surprising.
It was a little surprise. It was a little surprise. How about, that great guitar? Where does that come from? Who's playing in that background?
Well, that's, I guess you'd say it's my own style because it's my own music, But yeah, I guess a little bit of that rock and roll in me comes out in some of my country music too. But I got
You can
my own
see,
thing.
you can hear it. You look as though you was having a good time.
Thank you very much.
Right, okay. So, in relation to what's going on for your future music, obviously you're taking a bit of a break from music, but are you taking a break from songwriting, or is there something coming up in the wings? What's coming up in the next few months, Brett?
Well, I probably am going to start writing another CD. Right now, I have, like you say, 19 songs to go out around the world, I hope. And I think somebody can find something in there they like. But in the meantime, I have other things in the works already. Yes, I probably have already 10 songs that I'm already working on.
It's a bit of a strange sort of like next few months, isn't it, for artists? We've all been very busy, and we've still got a couple more award shows to come up, like the Red Carpet Awards over in Holland. The European Awards, the Jose's, that's still got to happen. So there's still a few things happening, but it starts to have a bit of a quiet period over the next couple of months after the award shows. And then obviously everything picks up for Christmas.
Right, exactly. Yeah, everything kind of slows down during the winter time, so that's a good time to write music when you're sitting home doing nothing.
That's very true. That's very true. And please make sure that you listen to those 19 great tracks which are going to come out, because I'm sure they are going to be played around the world. Radio stations around you, where's the nearest radio station?
We got several here in town. They played my stuff a few times.
Oh, that's good. So let's give them a shout out. You know, who are those local radio stations? Because we always forget them. At the end of the day, we're busy putting out our songs around the world. It's always the local ones.
WJLS, the big dog, man. WJLS in Beckley, West Virginia, the big dog.
That's it. That's it. Give those local DJs, because I'll tell you what, without those local DJs and also those, you know, music producers who help the likes of me and Brett out, you know, they really do give a lot of time to us to get our music out, get it heard nice and proud. So big shout out to all the local DJs. Big shout out to Caden Gordon also, Brett, who looks after you as well.
My buddy Caden Gordon. Thank you, Caden Gordon.
We're going to have to give him a shout out because he's still got the most biggest head and the most biggest smile that the music industry is ever going to see. Because after he's come home from the ISSA Awards, he has got that big gold trophy that he's been desperately trying to get his hands on. So, you know, well done, Caden Gordon, and well done to all of the artists who won awards this year over in the ISSA. But particularly Caden, because Caden, you do deserve it. And, you know, from the likes of myself who work with you, okay, and the likes of your artists, we want to thank you for all you do for us. You don't do enough for yourself, Caden. You're just too busy looking after all us lot. So I think one day we're going to have to look after you, okay? But thank you for all that you do. And well done, Caden Gordon, for finally getting your hands on that gold trophy.
Thank you, Caden.
Fantastic. Well, we are nearly at the end of our show. We've got our last 10 minutes together. We are now welcoming you over to join us in helping this new charity. We will hopefully hear from Roxy and the parachute testers before the end of the show. So we're going to have to imagine that, you know, what this charity is going to be. And basically, we're going to have to do it blindfolded and find out who we're going to be giving money or going to be giving awareness to if we do not get hold of the parachute testers, okay? So, but we're just going to have a bit of fun, me and Brett, okay? So Brett's not seen this before. All the people in the audience have seen it before. We bring out our lovely wheel. And Brett, how are you at quizzes? Are you any good?
Well, I don't know, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, on this wheel, we never know what we're going to get. There's a few categories on here that you may know, and there's some that you may not know. Blues is on there. Oh, that might be a good one for you. Jazz is on there. Folk is on there. Oh, there may be some, but there also may be some which catch you out. Let's see what we're going to get, everyone. These be a good one. One day. It's in between.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'll tell you what, as it's the first show of the month, I'll be kind to you. And I'll tell you what, we'll have a quiz on country and Western films.
Okay.
So we're putting country and Western, see what YouTube comes up with. Country and Western quiz. And we'll see how good we are a country and Western, okay?
Oh, boy.
Okay. Country and guess the country song 1990s. That's too, you know. Guess the song as per year 1960 to 1924. Let's give that one a go, shall we? Okay, we're gonna. While I'm taking this and setting this off, I'm gonna ask Brett to give special thank yous out there to all those who have been supporting him in his music career. Okay, so while he's saying his special thank yous to everybody, I'm gonna get the quiz ready. Okay, so over to you, Brett.
Special thanks to Savannah Moorfield for helping me out with this, and special thanks to Chris Steers in Missouri, and Ben Gonzalez in New Jersey, and special thanks to my buddy Dave Waddell here in Beckley, West Virginia.
Fantastic. Thank you to all those people who do support Brett and all of his friends and family who support his music, okay? So, everybody, get your pens and pencils out. There's only 10 questions. It's a quick-fire quiz, okay? But this one's got a bit of music to it. So, YouTube, stop copyrighting me every time I put music on, okay? You know I don't pay my dues when it comes to YouTube, but it is for charity. We say this every single time. And one day I'm going to get away with it, Brett, okay? They're not going to give me a copyright. It does mean that you can still watch it. It's just a big triangle which says Adrian was being a bit naughty, okay? But, you know, I do anything for charity at the end of the day.
There you go.
There you go. Let's bring this up and let's join in, everyone.
Being able
Bit
to
of an
build an
advert.
app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete.
Welcome to Quiz Paradise. Ready for a challenge? Test your country music knowledge by guessing iconic songs from 1960 to 2024 with just a short clip. Let's start.
Okay. A bit quiet tonight on this quiz. Can you hear it at all?
Yep, I hear you.
Yep. Oh, that's good. Brilliant. Excellent. Fantastic. Could you hear the music?
I don't hear the music.
It's coming up.
You want me to forget.
Okay. Guess the song and guess the artist.
I don't know. I thought I was going to say Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline. Let's see if you're right. Oh, it was the amazing Patsy Cline. Well done, Brett.
All right.
I'm glad I've got you on my team.
If I see you tomorrow.
Okay.
You got me on that one.
Got you on that one. Well, don't ask me. I haven't got a clue. So let's see who it is.
Walk on by.
Leroy Van Dyke.
On the
I
corner.
have heard the song. I'd have never guessed that.
Cause I ask a friend about her.
Okay, have you got this one?
I don't.
God, these are hard.
They are hard.
If they get to a modern one, I might help. These are like right back. They normally start off easy and get up progressively harder, but you know they've decided to do it the other way around. We're not doing very well. We've only got 1 out of 3 at the moment. Come on, Will, I've got faith in you.
Still care.
Ain't that George Jones?
Jones.
Love is a burning thing.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Of course. One of my favourite country songs. I love that song.
Yeah, I do.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Johnny Cash.
Roses are red, violets are purple, sugar's sweet and so is maple syrup.
Roses are red, violets are purple. I think he's got the lyrics wrong. Who is that person?
Was that Jerry Lee Lewis?
Let's see if it is AJ Lewis.
Green?
Dang me, dang me.
No, it was Roger Miller.
Hang me.
Roger
Do you remember when you loved me?
Do you remember when you loved me? Can you remember that song?
No.
No.
I don't.
65, you know, I wasn't quite born. I don't even think I was an apple in my mother's eye then. It was Eddie Arnold.
This old smoke-filled bar is something.
How about that one?
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
That sounds familiar, but not quite sure how familiar because you've forgotten it already.
I recognize the song for sure.
And I've got swinging.
Mel Haggard.
Merle Haggard. Yeah, of course it is.
And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds.
Okay, how about that one?
You got me on that one. I should have known the Merle Haggard song.
Brett, I don't know how the audience is doing this evening, but at the moment we're between us. I'm like completely blank on all of these. I was hoping you was going to help me out, but you're 1 out of 10 at the moment, you know.
I should have got that Merle Haggard there for sure.
Glenn Campbell.
It keeps you ever gentle on my mind. Well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play.
That Jenny C.
Remember what,
Riley.
mate? Say that again.
Jenny C. Riley.
Let's see if it is.
And it was signed by the Secretary, Harper Valley PTA.
Elaine Riley, you got that one. Well done. 1969
We
is the last
don't
one.
make a party out of loving.
Wow.
We don't play a party out of nothing.
Yeah, I heard the song. Don't recognize the artist now.
Don't recognise the artist. Okay, so this is the last one for everyone. Let's see what the answer is.
I'm proud to be an Okie from
Mel Haggard.
That's it too, ain't it?
We always say that at the end of the quiz, don't we? Right, anyway, let's bring that back off stage. Let's bring back on our amazing guest, Brett, and say thank you to him for joining us. Well done, Brett. You survived, but you got a magic 2 out of 10. It's not been the worst. We've had 1 out of 10 before, and we've actually had a 0 out of 10 as well. So, you know, it wasn't the worst score, but you've done as best as you can. And we will make sure, whoever that new charity is, we will make sure that we share around and support you
Yeah,
in the
get
best
back
way
with
that we
me.
can.
You send me that information, and I'll do something about that for you.
Brilliant. Okay, parachute testers, you've heard it on the show. Okay, Brett will make sure that he supports as best as you can. Okay. Well, everybody, it is a closing time here at One Life with Sensational Sounds. It's time to say goodbye to you all. Just before you go, please be back on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock because we're back over to the USA because we have got Joey Gem coming on live on the stage from Christina, okay, who is a bit of a rock artist. So if you like your rock music, come and join us on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. UK time. Take good care of yourself. See you soon, okay? See you later, Brett. Bye-bye, mate.
Bye. Bye-bye.